Hey review family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, the review guy, reviewing music for the love of music, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one I'm going to be covering the new Organectomy record entitled Nail Below Nail. So this is the brand new record from the New Zealand slam and brutal death metal band Organectomy. And while this is a genre I don't particularly usually cover because a lot of it just sounds the same, this is a band that I have a massive sweet spot for. I've been collecting their material for a while and have avidly followed them, and now that they've released a new record, I figured this would be an amazing time to be able to talk about them because I did not review their last full length. So at this point in time, y'all probably know what to expect from the brutal death metal and the slam death metal genres specifically coming out of the Unique Leader Records camp, which that is the label that this band is signed to, which fits them like a glove, to be honest. Frontierial Cookie Monster-esque vocals, the down-tuned guitar work, and the tremolo picking, and cycling between more boisterous sort of percussive elements as well as blast beats. Just some pretty gruesome, grotesque, vile, putrid stuff, just heinous, and any other adjective that you might want to use to describe them. Now, akin to many other Unique Leader Records projects, Organectomy cleans up their style when it comes to production. So those of you that prefer brutal death metal to be on the more raw side and the more badly produced side, that's not really what you're going to get. A lot of this is so technical, so mechanical, so tightly wove. And one thing that I do really appreciate from Organectomy, but that I can fully admit it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, are the lengths. Their records go above and beyond when it comes to being long-winded. Their records tend to be over 40 minutes worth of material, and I can understand that might bring fatigue onto someone that doesn't particularly enjoy their style. And while I won't go so far as to say they're reinventing the wheel or anything, I think this track listing contains some of their best tracks up until this point. The self-titled track and Fragments of Grey Matter are very hard-hitting tracks. The grooves, even though they're extremely brutal, still have a layer of catchiness to them and are thought out. And even though they lay into the down-tempo groove of slam metal that many other bands do, I think they do put more thought into making sure that they not only flow well, but have just a really gritty and cool sound to them. And I think that kind of is where the production works in its favor, because you're able to hear what's put into the riffs a little bit more. I think that's what I enjoy from some of the other slam metal bands on Unique Leader Records, is compared to the raw and primitive style that another band might want to take, if you want something that very much seems perfect and perfectly engineered to be the best it possibly can be, Unique Leader Records is kind of second to none when it comes to signing bands like that, and Organectomy has continuously stuck out to me as sort of comfort food as a slam metal and brutal death metal fan, even though I can admit that they do overlap greatly with other bands in the genre. And on a track like Ulcerbone, they even find a way to sort of put in these forlorn guitar chords. And coming from a style that stays in its own lane most of the time, I can't say it wasn't really cool to see a project that sort of does its own way of spicing things up occasionally. But the one thing about the verdict of this record is, as well written as it is and as groovy as it is, you have to like this style and you have to like Organectomy to really drink your fill of it and enjoy it properly. When you get a slam record that is over 40 minutes worth of material, you're going to kind of hit that fatigue wall, whether you love them or whether you hate them. Now, from my front, I think that I've sort of come to terms with the fact that as a whole, slam and brutal death metal do not do much to innovate their styles as of now. So when I'm sifting through records that sound the same, or at least are played in the same veneer, I try to look for things that differentiate each individual record and makes me want to come back to that one as not necessarily what goes above and beyond to change the style, but what sits at the top of the style. I think that's a very good comparison I want to make. It's not necessarily about changing anything, it's about who performs it to the best of their ability. And I think Organectomy here has a really good slam record with an amazing production style, and coming out of the Unique Leader Records camp, I think this is my favorite slam release of the year so far that I have heard, and is comfort food for someone that enjoys this style in the more heavily produced way. But I can admit that it's not necessarily doing anything to reinvent the wheel. It just is what it is, and it does what it does pretty well, even though it overlaps a good bit with other Organectomy releases. Has some of their best material in a while, and in my opinion is one of the better Unique Leader Records slam projects, and is a prime example of what they do best. But overall, as a whole, I'm going to be giving this record a 6.5 out of 10. and that is a wrap. Have you heard this new Organectomy record, nail below nail? If you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I would love to discuss this record with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.